Your problem isn't that you're too hard on yourself, it's that you are too soft. You trust yourself, you listen to your feelings, and you believe that if you just wait for the right moment, you will finally become the person you want to be. That is exactly why you are failing. We live in an era of stump watchers. There's an ancient story from the Warring States period of China about a farmer who was tilling his land when, suddenly, a rabbit raced across the field, smashed into a tree stump, broke its neck, and died. The farmer got a free meal without lifting a finger. It felt like magic. So what did he do? He put down his plow, he stopped working in the field, he stood by that stump every single day, waiting for another rabbit to kill itself. The weeds grew, his crops died, and he became the laughingstock of the state. You are that farmer. You are waiting for motivation to strike like a rabbit hitting a stump. You are waiting for that random burst of energy where the work feels easy. But that rabbit is dead, and while you wait for the vibe to be right, your field is rotting. To fix this, we have to abandon the modern blue pill advice that tells you to be kind to yourself and trust the process. Instead, we need to turn to the Chinese Machiavelli, a man named Han Feizi. Living 2,300 years ago during the bloodiest era of Chinese history, Han Feizi realized that relying on virtue, hope, or motivation was a death sentence. He saw that states which prioritized benevolence were annihilated, while those that prioritized cold, hard law conquered the world. He developed a philosophy called legalism, the original red pill. His premise was simple and terrifying. Humans are not inherently good. We are inherently selfish, driven by profit and fear. He famously pointed out that a coffin maker isn't evil for wanting people to die, he just needs to sell coffins. It's not personal, it's just incentives. When you accept this, that you are a biological machine programmed to conserve energy and seek pleasure, you stop trying to fix your nature with affirmations and start controlling it with systems. The first step to conquering your own mind is to seize what Han Feizi called the two handles, punishment and reward. He wrote that an enlightened ruler must never surrender these two handles to anyone else. If a minister controls the rewards, the people will love the minister. If a minister controls the punishments, the people will fear the minister. The ruler becomes a figurehead, a puppet on a throne. Now, look at your life. Who holds your handles? When you scroll TikTok for 2 hours, an algorithm is holding your reward handle, dispensing cheap dopamine to keep you docile. When you feel crippling anxiety because you aren't as successful as your friends, society is holding your punishment handle. You have abdicated the throne of your own mind. To take back control, you must be the one who sets the price. You must dictate that the reward of relaxation is locked until the law of the day is fulfilled. You must be the one to inflict the punishment, like a financial penalty or a cold shower when you break your own code. The ruler who cannot punish himself is destined to be a slave to his impulses. But discipline is not just about brute force, it is about staying in your lane. Han Feizi illustrated this with a ruthless story called The Keeper of the Hat. Once, Marcus Zhao of Han got drunk and fell asleep cold. The servant in charge of hats, the keeper of the hat, saw his master shivering and out of kindness covered him with a robe. When the Marquis woke up, he felt warm and pleased. He asked, "Who covered me?" His attendants replied, "The keeper of the hat." The Marquis immediately ordered the execution of the keeper of the hat. Why? Because he overstepped his office. He did a good thing that violated the system. The Marquis also punished the keeper of the robe for negligence, but the hat keeper died for the crime of doing a job that wasn't his. This sounds cruel, but the lesson is profound for your mental state. Your anxiety is the keeper of the hat. It tries to help you by worrying about the future, by overthinking every email, by trying to control things it cannot control. It thinks it is being a good servant, but it is actually committing treason against your peace of mind. You must learn to punish the parts of your brain that step out of line even when they are trying to help. If your job right now is to write and your brain starts worrying about the stock market, that is not being responsible. That is the keeper of the hat overstepping his office. Executing that thought is the only way to maintain order. This brings us to the ultimate technique of the legalist, Xing-Ming, or matching names to forms. In the modern world, we celebrate going the extra mile. We love the idea of the hustle, the all-nighter, the burst of manic productivity. Han Feizi would have you punished for that. Under Xing-Ming, if a general promised to capture one city and he captured two, he was executed. Why? Because he created unpredictability. He broke the agreement. If you say you will work for 1 hour and you work for 3, you have failed. You are not a hero, you are disorderly. You have relied on a burst of energy that you cannot replicate tomorrow. This is why you burn out. You rely on intensity rather than consistency. The red pill of productivity is to set a law, a name, and ensure your action, the form, matches it exactly. Do not do less, do not do more. Be boringly, ruthlessly consistent. This removes the ego, it removes the need to feel like it. The law is the law. Finally, you must understand the concept of shi, or positional power. Han Feizi argued that a mediocre man on a mountaintop looks taller than a sage standing in a valley. Power comes from your position, not your personality. You are not a sage. You are weak, distracted, and easily tempted. So stop relying on your willpower to resist the phone or the junk food. Use shi. Change your position. If the phone is in the other room, you don't need willpower to ignore it. The environment does the work for you. The enlightened ruler does not struggle. He arranges the board so that he cannot lose. He trusts the setup, not the self. Han Feizi was not a happy man. He was a stutterer, a cynic, and eventually he was betrayed by his best friend and forced to drink poison in a dark cell. His final lesson was written in his own death. Trust no one, not even your own future self. The you of tomorrow is a stranger who will be tired, lazy, and looking for a way out. Don't trust him to do the right thing. Bind him with laws, incentivize him with rewards, terrify him with punishments. The world is a warring state, and inside your head, it's a civil war. Stop waiting for peace. Stop waiting for the rabbit. Pick up the plow, set the law, and rule yourself with an iron hand.